this week. But here's the news story that we pulled up. Valve confirms PayPal has stopped processing Steam transactions in some countries as not safe for work. Game Row continues. This was like a group called Collective Shout complained to payment processors like, hey, there's some awful sexual content in these games, and payment processors, Visa and MasterCard, were like, all right, Steam, itch.io, stop. We're not doing this. And then so Steam and itch.io, itch.io delisted a bunch of not safe for work games, and then Steam just did similar, and now we got PayPal involved in this as well, who stopped processing. It's really bad. And then over the last few days, people were calling to complain because there was a campaign to call and complain to Visa and MasterCard, and also Stripe, who also started doing this. As they were calling and complaining, and the people receiving the calls were getting more irritated, some people were saying that just queer content, LGBTQ content was not allowed. And then payment processors had to come back. It's like, wait, no, that's not. Crap. Some games on itch.io that are safe for work but have lesbian content was getting delisted. It is currently ongoing right now. We are having a moral panic that is successful with MasterCard and Visa and these services for reasons. I don't get it, man.
It's because there's it's because the credit card brands are, of course, paranoid, and they don't want to be as a financial institution or a credit card company, you want to be as boring as possible.
Sure.
You want to be as out of the spotlight as possible. So if you have what seems like a big group of people upset at you, you're going to be like, fuck this, and drop anything that could be, edgy. That's actually a big problem with adult products, we'll call them.
All right.
Where, they don't let you use a debit card or a credit card or anything like that because they don't want to be associated with it. I think that's bullshit. Yes. I think you're a fucking grown adult. If you want to buy porn games with your fucking credit card, you should be able to. I think that payment processors being, as some people would call it, morality police is fucked up and stupid as hell.
Yep.
And
it's wild because we've been doing it for a while, and it's been fine. Yes, there are people raising concerns here and there, and sometimes those concerns absolutely should be heard and considered. But you were doing fine. This was not. It was Collective Shout was 1,000 people. I think I saw on an article that were doing a campaign, and now it has blown up in the other direction, pretty big, but still ongoing. The payment processors haven't really given up on it yet. So, bullshit. It's bad. It's stupid. Companies being overly paranoid, and it's unnecessary. Why are we even doing it?
Well, I can tell you about a job I had where, I sent you a social media post I did for that job on TikTok.
Yep.
Right. And that was a funny, cute thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was that was the most harmless thing ever. And when that thing was going through approvals, it was a little robot just talking, doing a Family Guy meme.
Yeah.
Right. And when that was going through approvals, it was just the company president raised a question of, I don't know, does this make us look too unserious? It doesn't seem professional. And I'm like, bro,
have you seen the Wendy's Twitter account, buddy? Come on.
It's education institution. I get it. But on the other side of that, have you seen Duolingo?
Yeah. Who are you targeting? You're targeting kids that are trying to get into college to get a good career going. You target them. You know?
It's just like it's just like infuriating. Like it's so just and that's the thing though. Is just like it's like they're so concerned with they're so concerned with any backlash. It's like boring. It's the same thing with logos, right?
Right. Yes.
Like you and I had that conversation about logos, where it's just like all logos are flat and boring now.
Yep.
And it's because that they're afraid of any backlash.
Well,
like everyone is fucking paranoid about backlash and fucking blowback. You're saying it on a individual level too. Like Gen Z and Gen Alpha are like so afraid of being fucking quote cringe.
I mean, well, I think first of all on the Gen Z bit, I think it goes in different direction. I think there's people who are pushing towards sterile as possible, and then there's the other half that is like going towards the cringe. We are the cringe, and just all the way in that direction. As far as the logos, I think the drive to be boring is the same. I think the motivation, I don't think they're looking for backlash when it comes to their logo designs. There's something else happening there. And I think it's more than just like trying to make it something that's readable on the size of a phone screen, which is what's often said. But it's just like there's something else is happening.
I think they're trying to appeal to everyone and no one. They're trying to make it so people look at their logo and just don't feel a good or negative emotion. I think that like they would rather just have no emotion from their logo. If you can get positive, great, but otherwise, no.
Because to go in a certain direction is to potentially alienate someone for any ridiculous small reason, and trying to avoid that as 100%. Much as possible. And then it's like it's just terrible. And to me, like the people, it points to the larger issue we're just having in society as a whole right now, where the people who are at the top of a lot of these places and making these decisions are increasingly removed from how the average person actually lives and interacts with life. And it's just like, you people are aliens. Why are you acting like this? Why are you making our way of interacting with the world like this?
Because money.
Because money, but also money. Like, yes, I think money, and then just like you don't live the way people do. It's crazy.
They do in some ways. It's just that like when it comes to dealing with their like, I feel like I believe this is very individualized from like the company presidents, owners, etc. that I've dealt with in my life.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of it is like we are trying to make this business as successful as possible, and that is my only concern or care in life beyond my family.
Right, and my perspective may be skewed by the fact that I tend to watch what's happening with Silicon Valley leaders who are talking about their vision for the future of humanity, and then what's going on with politics and all. I feel like there's a bit of these people who have been shaped into monsters as well, and obviously it's a spectrum of people that are at the top of these corporations. So
like that's a different animal than the people I was dealing with at like and smaller level companies.
Yeah, like, and so what I'm saying is like PayPal, Visa, MasterCard. I think it's on a spectrum between those 2 points. These are people who are just so high up there that and the reason they're up there is because they put profit over everything else, and that's at the forefront of their mind. Also, like, they are so high up there and have been to that spot for so long that like they just don't know. How much could a banana cost, Michael? $10? This is wild, man. I don't nope.
Yeah. Anyway,
and people are gonna figure their way around it, so good job with that. We'll see how it happens as time goes on.
It happens every time. It happened with comic books. It happened with fucking metal music. Happened with rap music. Happened with fucking violent video games and violent films. the more you try to ban this shit, the more people will be like, fuck you, and go find it.
Yep.
It's especially now. It is so easy now. And you're like, well, what if it's the UK where they ban a VPN? It's like, brother, you can set up your own VPN.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible. You can do it.
You can look that up. That like the payment processor's a big one. Like we pay a lot of money through just our cards, but when it gets that bad, we will find alternatives. That's how it works.
Let me tell you, yeah, payment processors are a big one, but let's say someone is getting these video games from their own computer, and you want to pay them for them. Yo, dog, cash exists. Cash exists. Yeah, there's a lot of inconvenience layers added here. But like, yeah, like a lot of inconvenience layers here. You don't need them.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but fine. We're going back to days of here. I spend this money on this black box and put it on top of my TV, and oh man, what does it do? I don't know. Oh, Playboy Channel shows up. That's weird.
Weird. So yeah, this sucks. This is bullshit. And it won't end. It won't succeed in what it's trying to do. So we gotta deal with the rough waves and find our alternatives and keep pushing. Keep living our lives around these jerks. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right. We the rest of these stories we're gonna. These are much smaller stories.